Look at him. Just tell me the emotions that you're feeling seeing the history of San Antonio here.
Well, I have been able to see that history since I came here to the Archdiocese, because there are many records that we have, objects of the church, families, society, lots of information. Having the Archdiocese 170 churches, plus universities, schools, places for the poor, so many ministries. So our outreach about the history is very wide. But this project has been in process for about 2 years, and to see it come to fruition so that it can serve many people, in a more systematic way, with instruments that they are more of today, like computers and digital work. So we'll be able to hold even more information than the one we have. As I mentioned earlier, we have 2.5 million just index cards about baptisms, which connects us with their families, sponsors, godparents, other sacraments, their churches, where those families live, in which neighborhood, the address. So we have all that information. And so I'm very excited, very happy, very grateful, because this place will be of service. And it's a responsibility, we have to make a decision. Do we keep all this staff and we show it to the people, or we give it to other organizations and they can do it on their own? We decided that it's a responsibility. It's a moral responsibility before God and before our society to share what we have. And so it's a service, and I'm very grateful that we'll be able to do that here in San Antonio.
And look at him. When you walk in, the first thing you see is the book. Tell us about that.
That book is the book of the Catholic Church for the service of all. That book was brought by the Franciscans and has records of sacraments since 1703. Let us recall that the name of the city, the river, the name of the river and the future city was given in 1691 when the Franciscans came, and it was an exploration, and they gave the name to the river, and they figured out that the future city will be called San Antonio, San Anthony. Because of the Feast of San Anthony, it was June 13th, 1691. Then this book has the records from 1703, because the Franciscans, they were coming from Mexico. And that book began on this side of the Rio Grande, the Rio Bravo. And eventually the Franciscans get settled here in San Antonio in 1709 and prepare the foundation of the new city of San Antonio that took place in 1718 with the help of Spain. That book also contains records all the way to 1783. So it's a precious book. I cannot picture in my mind another book older than this book for our region and our city of San Antonio. And then we have continued building up the records since then. So we're going to have all the records eventually in our archives. The book, you cannot touch it because it will be disintegrated. It will be destroyed. So you can see it, but we have some translations. It was written in Spanish, but Spanish from Spain. So there are some terms that we will not, even I, Spanish speaker, will be difficult to understand them. We have some translations already. Eventually the idea is to translate the whole book, but we have some translation of meaningful pieces. For example, the actual document of the foundation of San Antonio is right there. Remember, the church was first, and it was the church with the people of the church that began the civic structure, and so the records are there. So it's powerful. And eventually you will be able to have a digital system in which we will be able to flip the pages and see exactly what is on each page. So what a wonderful resource. And well, history is very important. I know that for people today, that everything is so fast, and sometimes there is not true appreciation about history. But we cannot be truly present today and move towards the future without recognizing where are we coming from, our history. We are happy to share.
Cool. Well, thank you.